And we're live. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Legacy of Mythal campaign, episode 31. So, last week, the heroes ate an early breakfast and met the caravan at the North Gate and continued their travels along the trade road north to the Mere of Dead Men. Along the way, they spent time gathering more information. Alamir distracted Asbara Joss while Spot stole a note from within the mage's pocket. It was from someone named Rath Modar, and it asked Asbara to help someone called Severin and the Cult of the Dragon with their ritual magic to ensure that the Queen of Dragons is successfully brought into the world, which the note says will give them the power they need to overthrow Zastam and restore Thay to its former glory. With Luna's help, Jinx found Ardred Brifferhu's ledger, which detailed recent supply caravans heading north from Waterdeep to the Mere of Dead Men. There is also was a loose page of notes in the back that listed 5 dates and a number of wagons for each date. The party assumed that each entry was listing the number of wagons supplying raid loot from the cult and counting the caravan they were in, that there have been 28 wagons delivered in the past month. Smock spent time evaluating the level of evil emanating from people in the caravan and was alarmed to sense deep, abiding evil from the caravan master, Ardred Brifferhu. He confronted him during the day of rest and intimidated him into revealing that the raid loot is unloaded and dealt with at the roadhouse, and only the roadhouse's master, Bog Luck, knows what happens to it. Then the caravan entered the Mere of Dead Men, and on the 8th day it was ambushed by 4 spectral trolls. Luna helped the guards in the rear of the caravan deal with the 2 at that end, while the rest of the heroes fought the 2 at the front. The creatures savagely attacked Smock and Spot, but once again, with Jinx's hypnotic pattern helping to turn the tide of battle, one by one the trolls were destroyed. Then they helped kill the trolls in the back, but not before a cultist and 3 of the new guards were killed by the spectral creatures. Finally, as the sun was setting on the 10th day, now the first day of high sun, the caravan rolled up to the Karnath Roadhouse, and the grizzled half-orc, Bog Luck, opened the gate and beckoned them all to enter. So, and what happens when you got there is 2 caravans at a time are brought into the central courtyard. You should be able to see all the numbers just so it's easier to talk about things. And that is Area 1. So 2 at a time are brought in, and they are unloaded by the various guards and laborers, mostly the laborers, and they are brought into the storage area, which is room 3.
I would immediately volunteer to help as far as carrying the cargo.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd go up to Bog Luck and say, I'm more than happy to help to end this journey here at this destination. Can I help load, and where would you like me to put things? Or unload, and where would you like me to put things?
He's like, well, so that's very kind of you. You don't have to do that, but if you truly wish, then you just unload. Everything goes stacked up, and we do a couple of wagons at a time, and then a few of my men and I go through, and anything of particular importance we then put into the strong room in the back. None of the, and just so everyone knows, while you're staying here, whatever rooms you are in, there are no locks on the doors. The weather in this area has been unkind to and corroding the metal, so we are So if you have anything that you wish to keep safe, I also place it. The only locked area in the place is the back storage room, and I keep a ledger. And I assure you, your items will be safe, and you will get them back when you leave. Yep. And
Thank you.
And so he coordinates the unloading. Does anyone else want to do anything while things are being unloaded?
Did he say that he would let us go back to this room or whatever if we're gonna put something in there, right? Put it in ourselves.
No, he said that the items could be placed back there, but he would take them there himself.
Okay. Do we see him or anybody take anything back into a room like he is discussing?
So, no. So Smock, when he's carrying stuff into Area 3, into the storage room, can see the locked door, which is the one right there. But the door is closed, locked, and it's not until after there's a pause in between the unloading of the first 2 wagons, which takes the rest of the current day. And they pause, and it's dinner time, and the rest of the wagons that will be resumed. They'll resume loading or unloading them tomorrow. It's expected to take at least the rest, so today and the next 2 full days at least, to unload the wagons.
So on that note, can we utilize? I guess we've never seen Luna do something like this. I was wondering if Luna could just, jumped in on one of Smock's little carry-ins as a mouse or something, and just kind of chill and just kind of watch the door and see if there's any other tricks, like there's like a spell or something on it where all of a sudden they do like this, or whatever.
He could.
I don't know if he'd be willing to, though. Honestly,
He's done the spider.
Right. So that's similar to like the spider thing. But the issue though is you don't know when. I guess you could wait until the end of everything being unloaded, with the assumption, because Bogluck said that's when things would be going through. Because he only has the form at most 2 hours. There's there's the first hour, and they have to immediately change again.
It's honestly not that big of a deal.
I think he probably would be willing to, but it is a risk. It is a definite risk.
I don't want to make him do something since he's not here.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm pinging this wall, or the wall that. Okay, what when we're going in and out in room 3, I would kind of knock on that wall. Is that a solid wood wall? Is it hollow? Is it? I mean, what is it made of? Can I tell?
So let's see.
I mean, it looks like a pretty thin wood wall, at least from what it appears. But is it, when I touch it and grok it, so to speak, what is it?
Mm-hmm. I'm just seeing. Yeah, they don't give specifics here. So, it is. Yeah. So it is in fact probably a 6 to 8 inch wall. It is solid shiplap on the side that you can see. When you knock on it, it's not hollow. It is solid. So I don't think you have a background in any type of construction, but you're just from basic knowledge, you would know that it's either thicker or reinforced, or in some way, shape, or form. It does not sound like a normal wall. You're muted.
heavy duty standard woodish type stat. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. As the carts are being unloaded and Smock's helping, you see the Teamsters, you see Fedurla and Naren and many of the guards, everyone, and not the laborers at first, but there are, they all go off to like grab rooms, and Bogluck lets you know that like, you know, any room other than, he points to like the corner rooms, lower left and upper corner, you know, all the other rooms are kind of free game. If you let everyone else get rooms, this is how it kind of plays out. So the only rooms that are left that aren't taken are those 2 rooms upstairs, unless you want to rush and grab a room, try to grab a room earlier than that. But I can tell you that Naren, in the lower level, Naren and the room next to it are immediately taken, and Asbara immediately grabs that room next to Ardred. So, but you could
I'll
grab.
I'll go with my red wizard buddy.
Well, you can't. He is not sharing a room.
Oh. He gets his own.
He gets his own room.
Ooh, special.
Yes.
We should try to take that one. It's at the end of the hall by the steps. Easy
Yeah.
in and out, unseen if we need to do anything.
So somebody rushes to get it. Is the
Yeah, I'll
idea?
go up and get it.
Okay, you go up there. So the Teamsters were all grabbing their rooms first. That room in particular. So yeah. So you know those are obviously all cultists. They're not any of the Teamsters that joined. Actually, I think there was only one Teamster. Right? Where's the other Teamsters? Yeah, there was one other Teamster that ended up, which actually wouldn't be up there. They would be down here. When you go in there, and you know, when you ask the cultists, you know, ask them, you're like, what do you say?
Well, first I would try, as soon as it says, you know, you go up and gear up a room or whatever, I would have been like, I look at everybody and I would have just bolted right away.
Triple speed.
Because it's always first come, first serve, so I know that being Spot.
Cool. Just roll a d20,
So I would
kind of like make
That's
an
fine.
initiative check. Just do initiative. Oh yeah.
Hef would have been assigned to be with Spot also, just
I'm
to
fast.
be another body.
Yep. And with Hef bringing up the rear, you would have gotten up there first, and you get that room, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, because otherwise, if they would have had it, I would have just been like, hey, you know, how about, you know, you allow us to get this room because we got a little bit bigger group and it's a little bit bigger for us to have some extra room for us. So.
Yep, no problem. Then
Are we all fit in that room or no?
then what would end up happening is they would end up taking the corner room up here, and the laborers would have ended up with the other room. Okay, so you guys have those 2 big rooms near the stairs.
And then when Alamir knows there's a room of ours, Alamir would probably go running to the room, or no?
Well, he's in one now with Jinx.
He needs
so.
to go read.
I just split the rooms up just for now, unless you want to change
Sorry.
it. I just
Sorry.
moved them.
No, that's
I
fine.
can't do Luna though.
How are you able to move Alamir? Oh,
You still have permission from me
I don't.
from when he was AFK the one time.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, it's because you have control of you have access to his character sheet. That must be what it is. If I look at the characters,
Okay.
edit, yep, you and Jinkin both. Yep, that's it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, no, that works. We'll just keep it like that. That's fine. Awesome. Yeah, that works. Edit. And I'll actually give, for the time being, everyone control of Luna if you want.
No, I don't want to control that.
Or just to move the
That's
token
too
around.
crazy.
So you can move the token around. That's all. Not anything but being able to move the token.
If I controlled him and a fight happened, he'd be healing. So I better not control it because it wouldn't be right.
Well, honestly and truly, most fights, what he does is more effective than healing. But
oh no, I fully understand.
yeah. All right. So dinner time roll. So it's dinner time. You were told that the stairs above the warehouse, up in number 8, that is a kitchen. The cook, old Gristle Pete, cooks up some various types of stew and salads made from some pretty potent greens from the marsh and the surrounding area. And everybody goes, has a nice meal there, and that's kind of where people hang out, kind of like a tavern room to drink and kind of relax at the end of the day. What you do notice, Bogluck will comes and gets sits down and has a meal. He sits with Naren and Fedurla and Ardred and Asbarajas. The 5 of them sit at a table.
Won't fit in that room anyway. Never mind.
Well, I didn't. I don't want to just be dragging people back and forth, but you.
No. What I was thinking back in my head was, and it's not going to fit because it's too big. Is that Alamarvin? Because these are unsecured rooms, so would have cast Lehman's tiny hut to rest. But I realized that none of these rooms are big enough.
Because it's 15 by 50. No, how big is it? 20 by 20?
It's a 10-foot radius.
Yeah, so 20 by 20.
Yeah. You could go outside. I mean, technically, but
Could do it
so this is
in room 3.
I was going to say there are well, actually, but then that room has stacks of stuff in it. I mean, there's room for more stuff, but not. I mean, you could move stuff aside and do that. You also could do it just out in the courtyard, or you could go back out like on the road. So even though I put all the guards and everybody in rooms, there would be a selection of guards, probably 5. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Probably 5 of the cult guards, and along with at least 5, or probably 3, let's say 4 cult guards and 4 regular guards would be posted. They would rotate to watch over the rest of the carts that haven't been unloaded.
So this rotation, is it? Does it remind me of Smock's rotation method that he was teaching everybody?
That is a good question. I would say
I'm only asking because then there's going to be some holes in the formation somewhere.
So
shaking the head.
So Smuck, roll a d20 for me, please. Yeah, I mean, Bog Luck has his own kind of way that they did it. It was very basic, basic rotation. The thing is though is that the Smock's rotation was for traveling. You know, is for positioning around the caravan. So the way that they position themselves when they're guarding, taking watch positions on their shifts, uses Smock's strategies, but the actual shift changes themselves are just a standard 2-hour shifts. Actually, no, it would be 3 3-hour shifts is what they would be doing. Well, technically 4, because it would cover the whole time. There's always people out there. They say every 3 hours there's a shift change. And that goes day and night since
And I would
no
volunteer
room.
to Bog Luck to say, hey, I'm willing to be a part of the guard duty if he wishes.
Your horses would have been stabled when you got there, along with the horses from the the 8 horses that pulled the caravan forward, actually, and then there was the 2 horses that Naren and Fedorla were riding. So that's a total of 8 and 8, 16 horses. That's a lot of horses. You probably have to double up in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So a lot of all but 2 of the horses would have to double up. They probably would have let the war horses be in separate stables, just because they're larger. So we'll say the war horse. So Smock and Smock, I'm assuming you kept your war horse, the one you summoned.
Yes.
Didn't dismiss it. So
No.
they would both be on the far east side then. In the war horses would be in those 2.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Or probably the bottom 2 actually, just because tough to fit 2 horses in that bottom corner. So we'll say Hef's in the corner and yours is right above it, next to Wump.
Okay. Yeah, mine probably wouldn't need to be fed or taken care of. We could let it run wild unless that would raise more suspicion.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I would probably let it out and just say this one is fine to be on its own because I'm mentally connected with it most of the time. So.
Okay. That's good. Then that center one by itself would be, or Bog Luck probably has a horse too. So there's 2 horses in each one, and the bottom right corner by himself would be Hef's war horse.
Okay. So my thought was, do we have something? Did any of you have anything that could be stored in the private room as far as inventory? Do you have like a bag of something that you say that, I mean, should we get something in there that somehow maybe Alamir can, I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out, how we can have some sort of observation of room of that secret, not really secret room, but of the guarded room or hidden room or special.
We just go make a bag of potatoes and say this is our special bag of whatever.
Yeah, or even put a little gold in it, maybe some gem, even if it's an El Cheapo.
I
it's
think
just a bag labeled, Smock, so it should not be opened. He doesn't need to know. He just knows there's a bag for Smock. So,
right.
I think I can't remember. I think he had it written down somewhere. But Alamir had listed out at one point. Remember the cloud giants? They had, I don't know if you transfer those into gold directly, but there was a bunch of gems or there were jewelry, gems, something like that. It was they were unique, valuable items.
Yeah,
and it wasn't just
that's
gold.
perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, something like, a couple hundred gold pieces worth of jewels and gems, just enough where it would be a nice little tidy sum, but not ridiculous. We don't need to put the whole group loot at risk.
Yep. So if you who's taking those items, and you tell Bog Luck, and he says, "Oh yeah, meet me in the warehouse, and I'll get you set up."
Spot, does it help you scope out if you see him open it with a key or any of that, or it makes no difference for your lock picking?
I don't know, but is this where you just want to have the suggestion of our shape changer to go into a spider form inside of the bag or something, and then he can crawl out after he's in there?
That sounds brilliant. Yes, that would be fantastic. It was either, if Alamir had something that was a scrying device or some sort of something. But yeah, I mean, putting Luna in there, oh yeah, sounds fun.
Alamir is listening, and he said, yeah, in his notes on his character sheet is exactly what we were talking about. So
maybe Alamir can polymorph himself, put him in there, and he'll be okay.
He cannot. You can cast Alarm on it. You can cast Fireball on it.
If you think about it, Alarm.
I mean, Alarm, just to see if the bag got opened, he can cast it.
Yeah.
It only holds for 8 hours, though.
8 hours?
Can it be done on an object that can be carried?
I don't see why not. Alarm on unwanted intrusion, open door, window area within range.
Probably bring Alamir in with me just to say, hey, I'd like to check the accommodations and make sure it's secure before I let him.
It does say unwanted. It says a door, window, or area, so that's probably not going to work. Never mind.
But on an area might work. So if Alamir can get in, maybe he can put Alarm on something inside the room. Although we probably won't get access, but we could try.
I mean, the only reason why I would get no access would be just to look at the book, that whatever you put in there. I don't want to take anything.
No.
I leave that to the paladin.
Well, okay, you're just interested in the book of the ledger?
That's all I would end up myself looking for. But if these guys they're looking for something else, that's up to them. My only role in this matter would be looking at the book contents, and it'd be a look only.
Okay.
I don't care about the rest.
Smuck, before you decide how you're going to approach this, go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Very good. So with your 19, you noticed as you were loading stuff in and out, Bog Luck would come in and he'd be watching certain things get unloaded. You did notice that the two wagons that were loaded first this tonight were both Colt wagons, and which were the first 5 wagons in the caravan. You notice that Bog Luck did have a little setup. So in the northeast corner, there's a table and chair, and he was making notes. He would walk over and make notes in a ledger there. And then when you were all done unloading, he made more notes in the ledger and grabbed the ledger and walked back to his room. But that table is where he kind of sits and does ledger work, and then the ledger itself is kept with him in his room.
And this would maybe help just to keep any attention off of us. Or I know this sounds really weird to say that, but Alamar could have also volunteered to use Tensor's floating disc. using a ritual to turn around and help carry some of the weight from one area to the other area without having to have somebody do all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, absolutely. And they would have greatly enjoyed that. The problem, so that would help, like, say, to get stuff from
The carts to the room.
the cart to the door, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't go through the door with tensors. But yeah, no, absolutely.
It's only 3 feet in diameter.
Oh, is it? I thought it was.
It's 1 inch thick, 3 feet in diameter.
Oh yeah, so it goes through the door. So the only issue with that, so here's the only issue with tensors. You cannot control it. It follows 20 feet behind you.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Alamir would have to like walk in and then walk to the opposite corner for it to come in the door, and then he has to walk all the way back out and out the.
Or honestly, he just has to walk here and then walk over here against this wall. He comes inside. People can quick unload it.
Yep.
And then he just kind of goes back and collects the next set.
So he basically walks back and forth, wall to wall. Okay, cool. And that does help it go quicker. All right. So what is the plan for having...
I suggest we try the spider in a bag with some rocks, diamonds, jewels, so on and so forth. That would be my suggestion. What do you guys think? Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the plan.
Okay. So you guys are making me regret keeping Luna with you. Here we go. Not a problem. So you have okay. So after dinner, all right, or is during dinner? Like when do you approach Bogluck about this?
Is he at dinner?
Yeah. So
okay.
Yep,
so
he's at dinner.
So as far as fellow travel companions, I would buy some cheap beer or cheap wine and just say, it was a good road trip. I enjoyed being with everyone, and I'd buy first round of El Cheapo drinks on me.
Cool. Yeah. So you go over with some drinks, go over to the table that where those 5 are sitting. Fedorla has a wry smile on her face as you approach. And you see as Bara Joss looking at you, just kind of staring at you and seemingly kind of giving you an inspectory up and down, right? Glancing you up and down, just kind of watching. So Bogluck, you get a nod from Naren, and Bogluck says, "Hey, Smuck, thanks again for helping out. What you need?"
Well, I'd like to take you up on the offer of putting some very important valuables in your storage area. So if you're all right, sometime maybe after we're all done eating and perhaps after we quaff another beverage, then maybe we can take care of that.
Of course. Yeah, after dinner, we can head down. Meet you in the warehouse, and we can get your goods safely behind locked doors.
Sounds good. See you then.
Yep. All right. So, I assume you do the setup inside one of your rooms?
Yes.
Okay. So, you all meet in one of the rooms, and you put Alamir brings out the various goods. And you put them all in. You make sure there's a kind of a spot in there. Do do you Al, do you happen to have Alamir's character sheet opened up? If not,
Yeah.
you do.
Yep. What's up?
Could you look and see what the list is of those items? Is there?
So, unfortunately, when you have control of the sheet, you don't get to see notes.
That's right.
You only get to see what's actually in the bag of holding and stuff of that nature. And if he doesn't put in a bag, which...
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Not a problem. So hold on real quick here. And let me...
Also, if they have to do a long rest, you have to do the long rest for him.
He doesn't need a long rest.
Him? Probably not. But Luna, I think, is us.
Okay.
Down.
Yeah, not a problem. So, Alamir...
What's your temp hit point? 8?
Yeah, it's 8.
But only temporarily.
Okay, so let me just look here real quick. I just want to see, because here's the issue. You're closing up a bag with a spider in it with items that could crush the spider. So we need to see if there's what kind of items we're talking about here.
Can we put him in a bottle or something? Like, put in an uncapped bottle?
Mason jar.
Can't we put it in a big enough bag where he can sit on the inside up by the neck? We're not going to close it super tight. So he can be on the, inside of the top part of the bag and all the weight's on the bottom and it's like maybe half full where, he should be safe. I mean, I've thrown burlap bags around with spiders in them and they crawl out afterwards.
Okay, and according to the bag of holding party loot, it is a bloodstone, a jasper, a moonstone, an onyx, and 240 gold. There are no items. The items I'm thinking of probably were from what the other giants have. So you didn't get any of those. All right. So what then you're just kind of you're crumpling something up to make space?
If I take my tinderbox and kind of disassemble it, can the box protect him? Can he kind of crawl into a tinderbox that's been evacuated or pulled
How's
out?
he gonna get out of it?
Well,
I didn't say cover it. I'm just saying at least a box to protect him.
Otherwise,
go ahead.
I was gonna say we do have a herbalism kit that has vials and stuff. You could put it in a pouch and then throw a vial in there, and he could easily sit in the vial. I mean,
yep. And with a box,
wrap it in some cloth or something.
If you just tied a string, a little bit of twine or something, through the hinge side of the lid for the tinderbox, it wouldn't be able to close. But yeah, or then the vial works great. Like just something in there, just something that gives him a space to stay. Now, how is this set up so that the spider can crawl out while it's secured?
the bag isn't in the best shape of the world, so there are some minor little holes in this bag.
Well, we'd leave the class. I'd leave the clasp open, and I'll. Is there a text spot I can throw text on this video Ninja, so I can send you a link?
You could just. Do you want to just post it into the link into Roll20?
I could do that. Yeah. See if it works.
I don't think Video Ninja does have. No, that's a website. They don't have it. There is a chat. There is a chat.
Yeah, there is the chat log.
Yeah, the lower left. All right. Let me. Where do we tinderbox? Right. Yep. That's what what I was thinking of.
Yeah. So it'd be simply a matter of the clasp on it would be just left inadvertently open, hopefully, hopefully, and the idea would be I'd probably twist it just a little bit so that it didn't accidentally close. Would be the idea, and if it trashes the tinderbox, so be it.
So, well, here's the thing. So, are you just giving the tinderbox, or are you giving a bag with the tinderbox in it?
With the bag, the tinderbox would be in the bag for sure.
So then the separate thing is, how is the bag secured that will allow the spider out?
A very loose knot.
Okay.
So put the end of the pole arm into.
Or we just take a knife and cut a little slit in it up by where we close it.
That's an option.
Is that what you're doing?
I think that'd be easier. So if we knot the bag tight, but then just cut a little slice in it, then he can crawl out of that.
Okay.
And it should be hidden by the knot.
I'd be willing to do both, like and maybe not the full pole arm, diameter, but like a stick thickness, so that if worst case he can't find the slit, that at least he's got another option potentially.
Yep. Okay. Excellent. So, all right. So you and is just Smock turning in the this stuff, or is someone going with him?
Spot, do you want to get the lay of the land? If I don't know if it helps or not to see him open it, or it doesn't matter.
I'll go. Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay. So you get down there, and Bogluck will meet you there, and he pulls the chair around, sits at the table, opens the ledger to the last page. You can see a list of items there, gold, jewelry, stuff. He takes and he goes, all right. Like I said, we make sure that you get everything is that is put in there that you get back. So we're gonna open up the bag for me and show me all the items so that I can make a detailed list of what you're storing.
Okay.
That's fine. I turn to Smock and I go, so you did put your mother's tinderbox in there, right?
I did, of course.
Okay.
All right, and he begins making a very detailed list of items, including a short little description, what shape it's in, etc. And then at the end he writes, make sure that it's associated to the right name, and then he closes and he says, all right, very good. That's good. I will put it in the storage area, and just let me know when you want it back.
Thank you very much, sir.
And he nods to you and goes, very good. I'll see you all in the morning. And he's sitting there in the chair, nodding to you, and going back to refine some of his notes in the ledger. Spot, go ahead and roll a perception check while you're there and all this is happening.
It's one thing I really should work on.
Oh, looks like OBS went down and reconnected, so we'll see if we get two videos. And then and then you hear the door open and close as you walk away. Are you going to stay there and wait?
No, I would go actually up to the bar or beer area.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Hef is with me or not, but I would be up there, and I would ask Spot if he wanted to join for a beverage.
Sure. Cheers.
Cheerio. What I'm thinking is maybe we take a crossbow bolt and at least work a hole into the bottom where I happen to be sitting. And maybe we can at least keep an eye on the room, or maybe make a hole big enough a spider could crawl out. Maybe. If I got my bearings right, that should be into the room.
Okay. So how are you going to do this? So there's a good number of people in the room, including
Yeah,
Gristle
I don't know yet.
You also, as you're walking along the floor, like the floor, it's sturdy, and you're not even sure if the wood that you're walking on is the only thing between this floor and the one beneath it.
Right.
I'm sure he'll be fine. He's resourceful.
Pick a fight and have a day. Yeah, pick a fight and have a dagger go on the floor and see what happens. Or not. All right, maybe I'm making too big a deal about
I'm
it.
not that good at faking it.
I was gonna say, you're the perfect guy to do it. Yeah.
So, about a couple hours after dinner, Gristle Pete goes over into the corner, opens up a chest and pulls out some a mattress and some blankets, and he like throws them on the ground in the corner, in that corner where you like right up here, and he looks around and he goes, "All right, the lot of ya, it's time to leave. I need my sleep. Get out, all of ya. You can have breakfast in the morning."
Okay.
Yep.
Well, good luck, Luna.
All right.
We'll find out what happens with her next week. Okay.
Well, all right. So I need each of you. Let's see. So Smock, roll me a d20. Spot, roll me a d20.
Just a normal D20?
Yep, just a normal d20. All right.
Meh, all around.
So Jinx, roll me a d20, please. Yeah, d20. Actually, no, Jinx. I'm sorry. Go ahead and roll me 2d10.
All the luck.
Wow.
Damn. All the luck.
Wow. Well, you know, if you can't be skilled, be lucky, right? Okay. So, what are you guys doing in the evening at night? So, Alomir goes back up because he and Jinx were up there, right? And Hef and Smock were down in the lower corner.
So,
with Spot.
Since Alamir doesn't have to rest as
as long.
much with his trance or whatever. I was thinking that between us and the other room over there, we could take kind of like, I don't know, quasi shifts and kind of just, pay somewhat of attention at least. Alamar puts we'll put alarm on the door, excluding those three, on their door down there, so we know that if they get in trouble.
Okay, on the door down.
Yeah, he'll
Okay.
actually put an alarm on this door, just excluding these three guys for whatever, just to make sure that if they're in trouble, we get an alert, a heads up, so we know to come down as well.
Sure. Is he going to put one on your door too?
Can you do that?
I'm pretty sure. Oh, you know what? No, because I don't think it's concentration.
It's not concentration.
So you can. It's just 10 more minutes.
Yep. So he's going to, well, yeah, either way. Yeah, he's going to do it. He'll do both doors just to kind of cover the butt. And I believe... and it's just your mind, so it's nobody else's mind. So, yeah. So it doesn't really help to alarm this hard door, even though whatever, but he can alarm it either way for himself.
Okay. Well, I mean...
Say if he's not sleeping,
Actually,
probably the best thing.
can he... is this storage room basically empty at night?
Well, it's not empty, but no one is sleeping there. So, and okay. Bogluk, you eventually he goes out and goes back to his room. Very very soon afterwards.
So before he does, actually, he's gonna go ahead and he goes down here. He's bringing the last one of the last little tenders discovered, and he unloads himself, and he goes over here and alarms this door, excluding Luna. For himself.
Okay.
And then he is going to come back up. So he's actually going to spend 30 minutes to alarm 3 doors, basically, and then go back up. And he's like, "Go to bed, Jenkin. I can pay attention."
As Alamir is walking, actually, we do this differently. That's not the way to do this.
As he's walking,
he doesn't care. Nope. Go ahead. He goes back up. Yep. He gets up. Spot and Smock. Roll. So, and actually the alarm spell, here I still have it up. That's against intrusion. Whenever a creature touches or enters the warded area. All right. Before Alamir and Jinx, before you can go to sleep, Alamir is like all of a sudden sits upright and says, the alarm went off on their door. Smock and Spot, you are getting ready to lay down. There's a knock on your door.
Yeah. Who is it?
Forgive the intrusion. I would like to have a word with you. You recognize the voice that you've heard, never speaking to you, but within the caravan. It's Asbara Joss.
Okay.
Open the door.
Yep.
He's looking around. He goes, quietly, may I come in?
Guys, I got a call from my dad's medical team, so right. I'm gonna be just a minute.
No problem.
No problem. Yeah, I guess we would probably say, sure. Have a seat on the floor.
Well, there's a table and some chairs. There are 4 chairs in here with a table. There's a couple, and there are cots set up. You could sleep 4 people in here if you really wanted. And I was assuming Jinx that he was only doing the mental ping, since it wasn't right there.
Yeah.
Well, is it is I would just like to have a discussion with some of you before I must leave. I will be gone at first light in the morning, and you may or may not see me again. There are none of the cultists are next door. Those are all just a few laborers. They are very tired. I do not expect they would still be up. Is it possible to get the your friends to come down and share in this conversation, or do you think that is not important?
Well, do you need all of us? What is this about? I mean, I can go get him if you want me to.
It is about perhaps some shared goals, and we can learn a little more about each other and see if there are ways we could be of assistance.
Okay. Smock, entertain while I leave, and then I walk out the door. And I go down and I do the knock, 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 so they know it's me.
And you, Jinx says, knock on your door.
I'd like to have got some sleep first.
Mr. Thayman wants to have a conversation with all of us.
Alamar's like, okay. I forgot what his interaction was with him, so.
Yeah, I just turn around and walk back then.
All right. So you're all down there, and he goes, very, very good. So, my name is Asparagos. I'm sure you know some more about me than I do of you, though I have heard much from Nerin and Fidurla. It is an interesting situation, and if not relationship, that you have developed over the past couple 5-10 days. Actually, it would be 6-10 days. Yeah, a month and a half.
Well, you get to know people after that amount of time when you're with them every day, all day long.
He's looking at each of you and very intently says, so I know that you are... Oh, very good. We got good news. That's good news. All right. I'm trying to establish some level of understanding of how far, how much I can trust you. I know that you helped.
We're the most trustworthy people around.
Of course, but that everyone is trustworthy depending on who they are working with. Isn't that not so? Would, for instance, could Galvin the Blue trust you?
I look to Alamir.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's very clear.
It sounds
on
like
Alamir's...
a wizard name, so I look to Alamar.
Oh, but Galvin is is the worm speaker that you has now fought
I know.
twice. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
I would say actually
Could he trust us? The answer would be yes.
that yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh,
The look on Alamir's face, Alamir's not even trying to hide the disgust and hatred of Galvin that he has.
That's why.
And
Let's
see,
do.
that's an honest face.
Yeah. Very true, but it also lends some credence to my point. Yes, well, I know you are. I assume you are just gathering information about all of the treasure that was taken from the raids, correct?
I look at Smock and I go, I thought we were just gathering money for us.
We were just doing this for the job.
Please, this.
Just as we told,
There's,
what's his face?
he doesn't want us to
Niren.
let's not beat around the bush.
All right. So, regardless of the supposed purpose, your goals, it is safe to say that you are not friends of the Cult of the Dragon. Right?
We are not friends. No. We're not enemies.
Roll a deception check.
Okay.
He's like, let me roll. Yeah, let me roll my good stuff. Oh, wow.
I was just gonna say,
I can't roll less than a 21. That's the lowest
We're,
I can get, actually.
we're not friends, but that's because we've had a few run-ins with him in the past. I wouldn't say we trust him a whole lot.
And I nod in agreement because that's a very accurate statement.
Yep. All right. I need to. Where the heck is?
All right. So did Jinkin get me killed and lead me into temptation?
No, we actually have everybody down in the room talking to him now. Other than there is somebody missing, and he hasn't said anything about that yet.
He's out chasing tail in the woods.
I just figured as soon as I left the computer that Jinx would lead me into, some kind of harm. So,
I'm the innocent one here.
Innocent. Yes.
You can't see it, but Jinx, if you look at the stream, yeah, his insight beat you. He rolled a natural 20.
Oh, that's fine.
I
mean, technically, Willie wasn't completely lying either. It was just
no.
Yeah, sure,
Very well. So, that is as good as I'm going to get, I think, and I believe that there.
So, what are you doing up here anyway?
So, there is a. I am a red wizard, right? I'm from Thay.
Oh, I mean, you got the red outfit going on. You got the kind of a bald look kind of going on.
I thought you were part of the Thayan resurrection.
Shh.
You got this blue.
Why would you
blue
think
jewel in the middle of your head?
Why would you think I was part of that group of exiles?
I don't know. That's what you look like to me.
Interesting. Well, I would appreciate if you did not share that assumption with anyone else, especially since you are correct. If it was known that I was part of them, I would not. It would ruin my position in the work that I am doing, infiltrating the cult. They think that I only work for.
This This just got very intriguing. Thank you.
You say that out loud?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. This just got extremely intriguing. Interesting.
There is always intrigue going on. That is the world we live in. Yes.
So what's your interest in the cult then?
They need powerful magic to do the ritual to bring Tiamat, to open the portal to free her from the 9th level of hell.
I just want to know, what was Smock's facial expression when the word Tiamat came out of his mouth? I just really want to know.
I accidentally smite myself.
What? You know, wouldn't it be better if we just got rid of all the dragons?
Hey now.
When you not heard about a dragon destroying a city or a town? When have you not heard about them being their cultists, turn around and attacking somebody? It doesn't matter what kind of dragon, there's always somebody.
Jinxie, that's just state-sponsored fake news. Come on. Anyway, no. What I would have definitely had a convulsion when he said Tiamat, and I would actually probably lean forward and show my holy symbol, and I would say anything I can do to help prevent Tiamat from coming into this realm, I will help. So it seems we're aligned.
Excellent. Because now I must tell you the truth. The truth is that I am actually a true red wizard of Thay. But it is the Thayan resurrection, led by Rathmoldar, that is working with the cult. Rathmoldar, I had a letter from him on me that disappeared a few days ago. You wouldn't happen to know what happened to it, would you?
I would not.
If a green could become purple, I guess you'd see blushing. I don't know.
If you had a chance,
But I don't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I just kind of look down to the ground.
If you had a chance to read that letter, you would see that Rathmoldar believes that freeing Tiamat will help them return to Thay and overthrow the current regime. It is my job to make sure that doesn't happen. So, I am, you might say, a double agent.
Ooh,
Make
look
it
at that.
look like I pull
Look
the
at
letter out
that.
of his pocket and I go, "Are you talking about this letter that's sticking out here?" And I flick it with my finger.
Wow, look at that. That is brilliant.
Nice. Yeah, no reason to even for me to even roll a perception. That is impressive. Yes.
Your skill, that is.
I will
I
put
don't know,
that somewhere
you said
safe.
letter and I saw one sticking
Yeah.
out of your pocket.
And he just kind of looks at it and turns it around over and puts it inside his inner pocket in his robe. So, yes, I believe we have similar goals. I must keep up this farce and make them think that I'm going to help them. But there will be other wizards from the Thyan Resurrection who are true members of that group, who will be at the final ritual. And I need to ensure that there are resources opposing them that will stop what is happening. I cannot do it alone.
I have to admit, I'm a bit conflicted. However, stopping Tiamat, I'm on board with,
A little
and I will help around that scenario.
Yes. A little conflicted about working with the Red Wizards of Thay.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. By the way, I did do an insight. Could I detect if he was lying?
So let's see. I don't see an insight from you.
Say I don't see one either. Roll it.
Let's roll. And actually, so I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll anyway. Yeah, there you go. He rolled a 5. No, he's being an open book.
Okay.
Yeah, you're pretty confident that he is telling the truth now. That he is really a true Red Wizard who has infiltrated the Resurrectionists, and is now representing them in the work, in at least this section. And he tells you that he was sent as an emissary to work with Resmir the Black. So, and as a matter of fact, he is expecting me at Kesoneritar. I will be traveling there through magical means first thing in the morning.
Okay. Very good.
Perhaps I shall see you there, no?
Yes. The other one would be, I would say at some point I'd like to have some prolonged discussions about the organization of the Thayan Resurrection, just because it's something I know something about, and I can, share the little bit I know real quick, but I have some blanks I'd like to fill in, and maybe he can help me.
Of course. I'm sure there will be, well, provided nothing goes wrong.
Of course.
It seems that they're building up to this ritual. There are still, I do not know the details. They have not been told to me, and in fact, I don't believe even all the worm speakers know them all. Certainly, I am confident that Resmir does not know them all as of yet. Perhaps only Severin does. He is the current leader and the wearer of the red dragon mask.
Okay.
But there are several steps and things that they are working on to gain what they need to do this ritual. Amassing all this wealth is but one basic piece of it. I do know that it is all meant to be taken somewhere and become the beginnings of the Dragon Queen's horde.
And then what?
Well, if they are successful in bringing her into this world, then I'm sure that through terrible, evil means she will amass even more.
Okay. We'll try to prevent that.
As shall I. All right. Well, it is getting close to the first change of the guard for the evening. I must get back to my room before it is noticed. Till next time.
Till next time.
And he leaves and goes back to his room.
And that chapter closes, and now the saga of Luna. Dun 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 dun.
So, yeah, you have no idea what's going on down there. What are you all doing? You just finished the conversation. Everyone but Luna is in the room.
Taking a nap.
Just going to bed.
I'm thinking taking a nap's a good idea, but I also don't know what Alamar would be doing.
Any conversation? What you all think about what just happened?
I don't trust the guy, regardless of whatever he said. It doesn't matter what any checks would have been either. And Alamar, I don't know how he would respond because I can't remember if he was pro or anti.
No, Alamir did not like the Red Wizards at all.
Okay. So I'm with Alamir on this group. You know, that's his culture base. That's his, his knowledge base, and I'll back him up on that one. And I support him. And I don't really trust the guy. I know the enemy of your enemy is your enemy. When it comes to backstabbing in the end, there's always something in the background.
What I can tell you, his number on the evil scale was pretty darn close to neutral as far as this guy that came to visit us.
Evil is subjective in nature. I mean, some people
we actually have a definition scale, so I'll say it's per the scale that's been. Okay. I'm just gonna say it. We have it defined in this case. So.
But similar to alignment, you can slide up and down on that scale based on your beliefs and the situations.
Yep.
Yeah. Thus, there is a fallen paladin that's still a possibility. So
I mean,
yeah. You're trying to lead me there, aren't you, Jenkins?
No, I'm just saying. I'm like, he's a slaver or whatever. Boy, I'd be like, well, yeah, he might still be a good guy, but doesn't mean he's a good guy.
Didn't he just say no a little too quickly? Don't you think?
I know I would want to get my sleep though.
Yep. All right. So then you can go back and get some sleep. All right. Are you guys setting? Well, Alamir obviously, as Alamir will reset the ward on this door. Take 10 minutes and do that. While you guys.
Yeah, it only takes 10 minutes. While we're talking, he'd be going.
Yep. And are you setting watches, or are you just trusting to the alarms?
Thought we were doing some type of watches, weren't we?
Kinda. I mean, I'm trusting Alamir to, do his kind of watching while he's trancing a little bit while I'm sleeping.
Makes it a little tougher to do watches when you're split up like this, because you really need like 4 people to do a full night's watch.
Kind of.
Right. I mean, having the alarm on the door down there, Alamir could probably cover the last 4 hours for the second room.
I mean, we can technically go in one room, but it's just really cozy.
Right. It's just extra cozy.
Yeah. So you'd have to precipitation everybody to make them smell.
Is that what you're going to do, just to play it safe?
Yeah, sure. Can't hurt.
All right. You drag one more cot from the other room down here, so that there's 5 cots for everyone to sleep on. And you set watches. We're not going to worry about who's where, because the night goes relatively uneventfully.
Any alarm on Luna?
So, no, the alarm on Luna's door does not go off.
A pretty secure room from what we've gathered.
It is. So, all right. Smock, roll a d20 for me again, please. That's a opportune thing there. Spot, a d20 from you.
Again?
Yep, again. Where is... So you know what? I need Luna sheet. Very good. What I need here... Oh, I don't even have them, do I? How do I not have them? Well, that is unfortunate. How do I not have the one creature I need? No, I don't. Let's see. One sec here. Need to pull up. Right here. There we go. Ta-da. All right, so +3. Okay. And Jinx, one more 2d10, please. One more luck roll. Okay. So, you wake up in the morning, and bright and early, the next cart is brought in. Next two carts, and they start unloading a couple hours before breakfast, and you have not seen Luna. And Bog Luck is down, organizing, watching the stuff come in. Anything you'd like to do? Oh, yes. Smock's rousing morning speech.
I would get up and go downstairs and stretch my legs and assist. If I saw them, moving stuff around, maybe give them a little assist.
Okay. Yeah.
And then congratulate her, go, oh, it's so good to see how people get up so early in the morning.
So, so you guys are helping out. And you notice the door still locked. I assume that it was alarmed just to be a silent alarm.
Yeah, it's just a ping for him anyway.
Yep. Yeah.
You guys do such a good job. You guys are so much better than some of those guards that we had on that caravan.
They kind of look like, thank you. Oh, it's good to be appreciated. Yeah, Mama taught me how to put in a hard day's work. So, yeah. And then after a couple hours, when the first card is unloaded,
is there ever a time when there's nobody else in this room besides where Bog or whatever's not in the room?
Briefly, there is. And
briefly,
and you know that there won't be anyone in this room. Everyone will go when the loading is done. Bog Luck tells everyone it's breakfast time, and that Gristle Pete should have stuff ready, and everybody begins going up the stairs, up to the kitchen to eat.
I do have one more question. Is this lock on the door? Is this like a padlock style padlock, or is it actually like on the door, like in
No,
today's world.
it's a padlock.
Actually, if Bog is there,
And no, like you can wait till he leaves. He will leave, but he won't leave while you're in there. He'll wait until everybody's out.
actually, no, I would let him be in here. When I would do this, I would glance over and look at the lock and be like, there's an upgrade. There's a great merchant that sells really great locks, and I think you could use an upgrade. I mean, I'm not that good at taking care of looking at locks and everything else, but I bet you an amateur like me could probably pick that lock if I really wanted to. I think you need a better lock, and is there anything around that I could use as a lock picks? Anything around just laying around?
There would be some nails if you'd like to try using nails.
I would like to try using nails to pick the lock in front of him.
First, I'd like you to roll a deception check.
Okay. Well, I am trying to sell a better lock.
Oh, you are, but
I mean, technically, yep.
Yeah, no, his 4 isn't going to do it. He's like, I assume this is in Waterdeep?
Oh, yes. And I started digging and through my stuff. Was it Waterdeep? I think
No, it was Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate? Oh, okay. No, okay. I'll be honest with them. You know, it's in Baldur's Gate, and I'm digging in the bag really quick where there's some locks, and I'm like, see, here's some locks. And I go through a whole sales pitch, and I recommend that he goes to their shop to procure a new lock if he ever feels the need.
He goes,
Thinking.
Yeah, that's a fine locks. Really nice. Any chance I could purchase that lock off you?
Jenkins, the traveling salesman. I love it.
Yup. Sure. Are you looking for like the silver package? Are you looking for the gold package? Or are you looking for the platinum supreme?
Well, the lock you got right there is the looks like it's a good step above what I've already got in the door there. How much is that?
I don't know. Do I remember how much he charged in the shop?
No.
No.
I mean, you probably could.
This particular lock, typically in Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate, usually goes for about 5 gold. It's been used by a lot of the shopkeepers around there, and he's actually one of the main sellers of it.
DC 15 lock is typically 10 gold.
Okay, it's 10 gold? Okay.
Thank you.
So it's they typically go for about 15 gold in Baldur's Gate, and this is what you got to get. And I kind of show him the lock, and I show him some of the features. And
you're gonna give me every key they got to it, right?
Oh, yeah. And I even show him the bag, and I have like different locks, but they all have different keys assigned to them or whatever. And I'm like, there's only 2 keys. How do you mean? Just in case you lose one, you always have the extra, just in case.
Very good. I'll take it. And
here you go.
And he goes into his pouch and he pulls out and he gives you 15 gold for it. And then you see him. He tries. He's already tried the keys out, make sure they both work, and he goes over to the door and he adds it to put a second double lock onto the door.
Tool. Okay, cool.
So now there's 2 locks on the door.
That's fine. I'm gonna take that off my inventory too.
Nice. So, all right, is that it?
Yeah, I basically I just use it as like a sales pitch and make him, in a way, probably give me a little bit of trust, and then I will leave the room and look around at other stuff and see if there's any other security upgrades we can make.
Yep. Nah, the room is pretty basic other than that door.
Yep. When we're near the door, did I? I'm assuming I didn't hear anything at all. Did he actually let me go up to the door by chance?
You could have gone, yeah, when like you could get as close to the door as you wanted, when you're talking. Sure.
I would have tried to listen through the door to see if I could have heard Luna or anything, or when I was kind of looking at the lock, maybe I kind of knocked it in the dun, 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 or whatever pattern.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, this would be great.
Yeah, you're not hearing Luna.
That's fine. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's perfectly quiet on the other side. So
I go back to breakfast and I'm like, God, I sure hope he's done chasing those damn, other fawns or whatever he's doing.
So when everybody is done, Bogluck will leave and go upstairs. Smock, I assume you go up and eat.
Yes.
And you see the crew, everyone except for some of the guards. You see there's a group of 6 guards, or actually probably just 4 guards who finish eating quickly, and then they go out and relieve the other guards who are guarding the rest of the caravan, and then those guards come in and eat. Gristle Pete is a very a very abrupt, caustic personality, and doesn't really do much other than berate people as he walks around the room serving and complaining.
Oh, he's one of those angry comedians or whatever.
He is an angry old man, yes. But the food is decent. The food's probably better than the alcohol, but it's a decent meal. Asbara Joss is not true to his word. Asbara Joss is not there this morning.
I just wish we could get a hold of Luna.
Soon after the switch in the guards, Bogluck goes back downstairs. And it's going to be that's probably, it goes down probably about 40 minutes before the next round of loading is going to commence. Also, like during breakfast, you see like the young boys who tend the stables also come in and kind of grab some food and sit in the corner, like up where Gristle Pete was sleeping. They kind of sit against the floor up there and eat their meals. Everybody roll perception checks. Spot the perception.
Mm-hmm. I'm not rolling half bad tonight.
Yeah. So, Spot, you're sitting there eating your breakfast, and you hear the usual mumbling from Gristle Pete as he goes walking by. And you see or you hear Gristle Pete, he's mumbling. He's like, I just want a good night's sleep. Or can I have just one night, those, all the scratching from the rats. Oh, the scratching. I forgot his voice was higher. He's like, the scratching rats. Oh, they gotta stop. Middle of the night. Wake up, Pete up. Stupid cursed rats.
Okay. Dude, but I don't do anything.
All right.
It's just Pete.
Just Pete. Yep.
So how often does that happen, Pete?
But did you tell people what you heard?
In which case I said nothing if he said nothing.
He did say nothing. He said nothing.
I guess I would share it over breakfast.
Yep. All right. So Spot's kind of tells you what he thinks he heard Pete mumbling about, complaining about rats making noises in the middle of the night.
It's probably Luna stuck somewhere.
Yeah, it could be.
Actually, on that note with the rats, and I wonder if they're hungry for spiders. Whereabouts did you hear the rats? I mean, maybe they're rats. Maybe they're swamp trout.
It's the rats. They come and go. It's like just little scratching way like when I'm lying up there in my pallet. I hear them like they're crawling in the wood underneath where I'm sleeping. And they scratch and they scratch and they scratch and then they quiet. And then they scratch some more.
If he's on a pallet, that's maybe there's a hole behind the wall or something like that. Let's go give them we can give you a hand, I think.
You gonna go look and see what's over there?
I mean, where are we? Where is this guy? His pallet?
So his pallet is usually right where I just put him. He's
over there.
Yeah, he sleeps in that section of
the man. First of all, I walk over here, and the first thing I do is I press meditation and I clean the area up a little bit.
Yep.
I'm like, rats like a mess, and you need to keep this area clean to keep rats away.
And he looks at you, and his eyes go like cross, and he squints. He goes, "There are no rats in my kitchen. No rats here.
Well, you just said there was rats over here.
No, I hear the rats like in the walls or somewhere under the floor."
Okay, so I'll clean the area before I go near it, but I'll clean the wall or whatever, clean it really quickly. Then I just walk up to the wall, put my ear up against it, and I knock on it. The little dunk.
Yeah. And it doesn't sound unusual. You don't hear any like scratching or anything.
When do you usually hear the rats?
And he's thinking. He's like, "Well, when I'm sleeping, you dolt. Like it wakes me up middle of the night. That's what I said. Though."
I move his pallet though, and I look underneath his pallet. I mean, and I bounce on the boards to see if there's any loose boards.
Do you not keep a clean kitchen, and that's why the rats come in?
No. I know rats in my kitchen.
Are you sure?
They're I hear him under the boards when I sleep in.
Are there any loose boards?
No.
I mean, I'm feeling.
And you feel around. No, there's no loose boards. But
Is there any cracks in the boards? Where I can see down?
no, the construction in here it's older, but it's thick. The construction of this whole place is actually it's thick hardwoods, and this particular section, the bog has gone beyond it, similar to like other parts of the road, but this seems to be the roadhouse seems to be built on a piece of solid stone. So there's like a huge slab of rock.
But we're upstairs.
And you are upstairs right now, but it's fairly solid construction, and you do not see any loose planks or holes or cracks or anything like that.
Was that just tonight, last night, or is it like every night?
It's not every night. Well, now that you ask, it only happens on the evenings when there's carts being unloaded. Maybe they're disturbing the rats.
That's a possibility.
Okay. So just guys know in the back of my mind.
Go down there and look for you.
I think we can probably I think we can take a look and we can take care of this rat problem. I haven't done that in since I was a kid, but
Yeah, you used to get rid of all the rats in the places that we moved into.
yeah. I mean, we can catch some rats, and it doesn't look like the rats are up here, at least. So good job keeping that part good. But we'll have to go down below and take a look. I'll just have to find that bog guy.
All right.
Now convincing bog.
So you guys head out and to go down the stairs?
Yeah, and I do give a quick look back at him, and just going, oh, this guy's hopeless. I hope he's not talking about Luna.
So you get down the stairs, and as you reach the bottom, you see Luna leaning against the side of the warehouse. It's like, hey guys.
I shake my head and I go up to him and I push him on the shoulder lightly, and I'm going, oh, were you being a rat?
No, I had more legs than that, remember?
Yes. But did you see any rats while you were down there?
Is it yes and no?
Yes and no.
It's breakfast time, right? Is there still breakfast up there? I'm starving.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's something up there. Go up there.
Come eat.
So Loon goes up, he eats, he goes, and it's starting to clear out a little bit, so you're able to, kind of get a table. You could grab the table away from everyone else. And Luna tells you his story. So he says that he wasn't able to crawl out of the bag through the top because after you guys had left, when Bogluck put the bag away, he actually cinched it really tight to make sure that it was closed well, to secure it, and then he put it in a little spot, like on along with some other bags and boxes, little jewelry boxes and things like that, off in the corner of the room. And so he had to crawl out of the slit. So that was good, because if you hadn't made that slit, it probably would have caused some issues.
I was gonna say, because he just become full size suddenly.
Yep.
Well, you just tear the bag open.
Yeah.
And we could tell him his, holding section is not that great because somebody got in and tore our bag apart.
So, and he couldn't, he thought about it, and he's like, he couldn't just keep staying in the animal form, because he only had, he needed to keep one on hand in case, just in case it was needed. So he did a search of the place, and he did find a lot of the contraband so there was a whole pile of stuff in one corner that was all the contraband that came out of the two wagons that were unloaded last night. And as he's looking through stuff, after a couple hours being in there, he heard movement, noises, some creatures talking in Draconic from beneath the floor. And so he, quietly as he could, he got himself back to the far corner, and he turned into a spider and climbed up the wall to watch them from the corner of the ceiling. And he saw some lizard men. First off, one of the barrels sitting in it was actually one of the crates. One of the crates sitting in the north, or the southeast corner of the strong room, tilted, being pushed from below, and as it tilted, it opened up a kind of stairwell going into the ground, and out of it came a couple of lizard men, who began gathering this stuff and handing it down to some more lizard men down in whatever was tunnel or whatever it was underneath, and they emptied all that entire area down below and then disappeared.
So there are rats down there.
Yeah. The rats of the stealing kind. Definitely.
I think we can use this to our advantage with Bog. We can have him go and check in there, and we can say, hey, I've been, I don't want to get him in trouble, but Pete, keeps hearing things at night, and usually around this time, and we just want to make sure, the goods are all okay. We are part of the guards of the caravan, and we just got to make sure everything that came over this caravan is still safe and in good order.
This is still breakfast, right? Breakfast time.
Breakfast is basically ended at this point, and people are clearing out and they're starting to. The current crew is starting to do more unloading. So Gristle Pete is cleaning up, but there are some other people, some of the Teamsters, and those laborers who aren't currently on work shift, and the guards. There's still some sitting in here just kind of drinking, talking. So it's like it's turned into kind of like a mid-morning tavern feel.
Okay, thank you.
And everyone, seems to give you your space.
Okay. So I'll continue to help with cargo, moving things in. Right? They're still doing that. as I understand it.
Yep, they absolutely are. So you're going to go down and help some more?
Yep.
Okay.
I will be starting to ask questions like, hey, how'd you sleep last night? What's going on? Just general banter, talking, not really seeking too much. But if there's a thread of a conversation, I would follow up, with like, okay, well, what did you see? What did you hear? Yeah, and I'd make stuff up a little bit if necessary or only half make it up. Mostly truth with a little bit of a twist just to keep it interesting.
Yep.
And I kind of want to get Bog's attention on the whole possible rats situation, saying, hey, I heard this rat, I just want to make sure the goods are okay. Somebody might have brought something in there that they might be feeding on or whatever else, and we just want to make sure everything is good shape, as being guards or whatever of the caravan. We just want to make sure our job was done in due diligence. Just need to go in there and want to verify. I don't need to touch anything. I just want to look and verify, basically. And then, whatever, try to convince them I'd let us do that.
So when you talk to Bog Luck about it, so when you go down there and Smock, this time when you're helping, you notice that Bog Luck, like, he has stuff brought in, and then he has 4 laborers just kind of, or actually probably just 2. He has 2 laborers helping him. The door is open into the strong room. And as stuff comes in, he has stuff like piled up in certain areas, and he's on this like separate sheet, looking through the a list of supplies and stuff is what it looks like. And he has the laborers, he points certain ones out, and the laborers grab them and take them, those boxes, into the strong room. And he's just sitting there, he's like, yep, those are more valuable right there. Go ahead and put them in the strong room and make more room in here. And they do. So, Jinx, when you approach Bog Luck about rats, you tell him that Gristle Pete had heard rats, or what?
Yeah. Not to throw Pete underneath the bus, but I just go by Pete. I don't tell him the whole Gristle part, just because I don't want to. I'm not too in name with this guy.
Sure. Gristle Pete's been hearing those rats for forever. He gets super. He gets restless at night sometimes, and I've gone looking for the rats, and had guys search through, but there's been no rats in this building for over the past year and a half.
Well, I'm something of a rat catcher myself. From back when I was really young and everything else. Do you mind if I just take a gander just to make sure that there's no other issues? You can watch me completely.
Oh yeah,
even have
sure.
my hands tied behind my back. Doesn't matter.
Of course, come on in, take a look.
I walk around and I do the full circle, and I make sure it's like the last 75% of the room or 25% of the room where I walk up and I do this because he told us about something about the not the pallet.
The crate?
The crate, okay. I'm like, that was Pete that laid on the pallet. Yeah, the crate or whatever. I kind of I give it a little nudge with my foot. I don't know, it's probably too heavy.
Yeah, a little nudge doesn't move it. And
okay.
And as you're doing that, Bog Luck comes over and he puts his hand on your shoulder and he goes, "What are you looking at back here?" And he puts a knee up on the top of the crate and he kind of leans over and he goes, "See, I told you there's no rats in here."
See that? So what I do is I use my invisible mage hand on just a little bit on the other side of the room to just kind of clatter up against the wall. If I can do that.
And his head snaps over. He's like,
and as he does that, I cast prestidigitation on the floor around to show some soilage on the floor. And that's why I'm getting used to say, hey, there's some signs here.
Wait, what?
I mean, look at this marks over here. I completely ignore the fact that he heard a sound. I'm like, see the marks over here? I mean, this right here does look like there might be some rats or something here.
Roll.
And I start like, go ahead.
Performance or Arcana.
All right, horse apiece. It'd be probably performance because I'm probably. Oh, okay.
Very good. All right. And he's like, you got to be right, I guess. I gonna have one of the guys come in and clean this up. We gotta find where the rats are coming in.
I'm like, does he get up now? Like he's gonna, like we both start walking toward the door.
Yeah, he's just looking around now. He's like very like you've got him totally sold on the fact that there's rats here somewhere, or they're coming in from somewhere.
Okay, so if he's like that, can I use? Let me double check to make sure I can do this first. It says he can attempt to shove a creature. Ugh, damn. If he gets his knee off the box, I'll literally just take the box. I'll just push on the box, and I'm like, oh, just move this out of the way. And I'll go to push it.
And he puts his hand out and goes, no need to touch anything. I'll get somebody in here. And he has his hand. He puts his hand up and holds you back.
Okay. You really need to get that cleaned up, though. I really hope Pete can finally get a good night's rest. There might be some legitimacy to this. I
appreciate you.
See this.
Yeah, you pointing this out. I will. We're going to get to the bottom of this right now. And he calls in the. He calls one of the laborers and says, "You go get Aldred for me. Tell him to come here quick." And the laborer goes rushing off to go get Ardred, who happens to actually be out supervising the unloading.
Awesome.
Yep.
So do I understand that he is purposely trying to cover it up? I mean, is it like overly blatant?
It is very clear to you that yes, that Bogluck. So like he at this point is between you and the crate. And is making sure that the crate is not disturbed.
Well, the ceiling is just wood ceiling.
So the wood ceiling, it is not open rafter. So you're confident that it is at least. So the roof is covered in planks, similar to the planks that make the floor in the kitchen. So this room, and you know that that's not how it is in the warehouse. The warehouse is open rafter. So this particular room, this strong room, is double walled.
Besides a hole maybe somewhere around here. Otherwise, this place looks in pretty good shape. I just think you need to clean that up, and I think you'll probably get rid of his mess. And I let him. I don't push on his push. Mm-hmm. I start walking out of the room, and then when whoever comes in here, is that the guy with the eye patch coming in here? Is that him?
Yep. The guy with the scars is coming in. So Smock, you were unloading things, but you hadn't actually gone into the strong room. Just clarifying.
Okay. Can I go in if they're in? I would go in if I see that Jinx is in there.
So you go up to the door and Bogluck immediately looks over at you and he says, are they done? Are they done loading the cart yet?
No, I was just curious what was going on. It seems unusual. What's going on here? Can I help?
No, your buddy was just pointing out how we have some rats down here. We're going to take
No
care
way.
of them. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Might want to take your bag out of there then. It's not
Yeah,
secure.
that's kind of what I'm wondering.
rats.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
I
yeah.
I do go to my bag and I lift it up and I say, Bog, let me look just to make sure. I want to pull out the tinder box and put it. Okay, looks like everything is here. So I am taking this out of the room, Bog. Are you good?
Yep. Well, I'll mark it off the ledger. You got
Very
it.
good. Very good. Thank you, sir. And then I do exit the room.
Okay. Yep. And Ardred comes in, and he comes in.
Watch out for the rats.
Yeah, and Ardred just kind of looks at you quizzically.
Prestidigitation, the sound of rats in the corner.
And as he enters, Bogluck reaches over and
That's
closes the
semantic.
door.
He closes the door.
Yes, he closes the door.
I would go up to the door and just kind of try to listen in while I have a chance, if there's a chance.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember. I don't hear nothing much unless they're really loud.
So it is this door is, you know if it's like the ceiling, it's at least double walled.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell it was finished on both sides. And this door is relatively thick. And there's something else that is muffling noise. There also seem to be talking quietly. You can hear like some talking, but it's like light whispering and very indistinct. You can't understand any of it.
It's the first door that's ever been made with fiberglass insulation. It's something new.
Actually, all you have to do is take you get better insulation from a rolled up like you could use a wool blanket.
Yep.
And that'll stop sound.
Okay. I go back and I will relay what my thoughts are in light whispers to to Smock and the crew of what's going on with the fact that he's covering it up after what Luna said, and they're all in on it. So we're not in a friendly place as far as calling people out. The not slaves, but the helpers, they look like they all have names. When they got to eat, did they get fed well at least?
The ones you talking about the
children,
the kids? Yeah, they eat the same things that you do.
Okay, so they're not like mistreated or nothing like that.
No, not that you can tell.
That's good.
So, yep. You notice like so they're in there like they spend the days cleaning the stables. They also go around and they clean up the rooms, so they're kind of also used as kind of housekeeping. They do a bunch of the cleaning, but they mostly take care of the horses, feeding, brushing, taking some of them. They'll walk around if get some exercise, but yeah.
Since presentation doesn't say you have to see the area, if I know the area's there and it's within the 10-foot range, can I make the noises happen through the wall?
Yep. Yeah, the way it's written. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, it doesn't say either way, and I'm like, and it feels sketchy, but I'll ask the question.
No, anywhere within 5 feet. Even if you had never seen it before, you could try making the sounds come from, the middle of whatever's. Just direction 10 feet away. There you go.
Yep. So when I get out of the room, I kind of trail the sound along the wall and make them, just kind of like leave the sound of noise in there, minor, just enough to make them, buy even more.
Okay.
If we spend enough time, we could probably make this guy go nuts, actually.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. All right. Is that it?
That is it. So is there a symbol? You know who? Oh, we haven't seen her in a while, have we? Never mind.
Who's that?
Halfling chick.
No. Nope. Glimmer
Yeah.
tooth, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Jamnin?
Yep, never mind. I have no reason to do that then, because that was a good save. She was around. I was gonna mess with her a little bit.
No, you have not seen her since you got to Waterdeep.
Yeah, she took off and she's nowhere to be found. We go back upstairs, and I guess my conversation with the guys would be, hey, this is what we got. This is what's going on, and oh yeah, with the fact that we know that they're probably on part of this, I guess I'd have to ask Spot. He's not here right now, but I'd probably have to ask Spot about possibly making Elizabeth friend, because we had that one note from Baldur's. Was that Baldur's Gate? I feel like that was way back then.
What kind of note?
We had the note that says, make friends with the lizard men.
Oh no, that was Waterdeep, and that was a note that was left for you on the rooftop by Galvin the Blue.
Yeah, I feel like this is a really just twist, and we're going all different directions with this and all different sides. We're trying to play all the sides. Oh, I do talk to Pete, and I let him know that we did find some signs of some rats, and I believe that Bog is getting some help right now from Eye Patch Guy to get it fixed.
Yep, hard dread. Gristle Pete is very happy to hear that, and he's cleaning up after breakfast and starting to prepare for lunch, and he's extremely happy. Maybe I'll get a decent night's sleep now.
Well, I hope so.
All right. So, what is the plan?
So clearly they're taking the contraband somewhere. Clearly, this is a whole operation that's been ongoing for a while.
Does Alamar know how to scry?
Yeah, does he have like a wizard eye, arcane eye?
No, he doesn't.
I don't think so.
Okay. How about a familiar?
He does have a familiar. He has an owl.
Oh. Who?
Maybe you could do a bat. That would be an easy sell in a cave.
Owl, well, yeah. I mean, but an owl is actually better for scouting, especially at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Owls have night vision and are really good stealth when they fly.
And they can ask a question.
Yep. And they also have the ability to fly in and out of close combat without having attacks of opportunity made on them. Yeah, no, he doesn't have any. Nope, no divination.
What I miss?
My thought was we have couple choices here. We've kind of proven that there's something down there. We know that Bog is in on it. We know Eye Patch Guy is in on it.
Send Luna down the hole to go explore where it goes to. Luna, aren't you glad you know how to shape change? And I pat her on the back.
Yeah. So, just something to point out. So this map is not exactly scaled positioning wise as I'd like. So, so the yellow X is...
That was me. That was the treasure spot for the Harper thing.
Yeah.
Based off the other map.
I think, though, I know. But I think that's actually not quite correct. So I think it's actually more like... The treasure is actually more like here. So...
That was the other thing.
Castle Neritar is... So this represents you guys. Right? So here's PCs. From where you're at,
That's Castle Neritar, you're right.
Castle Neritar, yeah, that actually would have been, and that X was actually Castle Neritar. And that is about correct. It is about in that region, which is...
And then the other X is right here.
Yep, which is only about 40 miles from the Roadhouse. So, and that's where, that's where your information said that the contraband is going. So, if it's being taken there, there are some old trails, old roads that have been overgrown that head in that direction towards the castle. Here, so yeah, so now you have an idea. You think you know where it's going, which you've known for months or well over a month, and you have an idea now of how it might be getting there. If it's being taken through the swamp, that's something that lizard folk could do really well.
So do we want to attempt to go down the secret passage, see what's there, or do we want to go overland, trying to pick up the trail?
I don't have a preference. The secret passage has to go somewhere.
Yep.
You know how hard that would be to construct and keep underground underneath a bog?
Yeah. Real hard.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't have to be well, unless you get a whole, regiment of dwarven miners.
We're looking for the adults, not the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we want to set out the next day? Head towards where we think the loot's going?
Did we get paid
I would ask Alamir, does he have scrying or anything?
He doesn't.
Shakes his head.
No.
As I say, otherwise, do we have anything that we can use to mark an object and know where it is magically?
I don't think he has that either.
I mean, Hunter's Mark would do it on a person.
Mm-hmm. And there is a spell that would help do that kind of stuff, but a couple of them, but he does not have them.
He shrugs and goes, "I can Misty Step."
And hide.
Right.
And hide.
And put up a tiny hut that is relatively safe to sleep in when you're in the middle of the mirror.
That is a very valuable thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
MVP.
All right. Well, let's. What do you think? Plan for travel tomorrow in the morning. Head out. Unless you got a better idea.
I don't. However, we should go collect our payment because we did our job, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Ardred, and actually around lunchtime, Ardred finds you if you don't find him before then, and thanks you for your help in protecting the caravan. Did an excellent job taking care of the trolls. He's impressed and says everything he had heard about you was obviously true, and pays you the money he owes you. I believe he owes everybody the equivalent of 5 gold.
Yep.
Right? Yep. So everybody makes 5 gold.
And no party.
Yeah. Nope. Not. Yes.
Oh.
No party to go with the. Well, I don't know. You're kind of getting free room and board and drink here.
Right.
You could have a party tonight. He's like, here's your 5 gold, and hon, we'll have a party tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
Because we got rid of the rat sounds. Oh no.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. And if we happen to be going long enough, maybe we will sneak downstairs and we will see or hear the stuff kind of going on as it happens.
Okay. So I'm actually here. Inventory. I'll just make this easy. Give Alamir his 5 gold. And I think Luna now has 30 gold. So I'll just give Luna his 30 gold. So we don't have to worry about that. All right. So anything, anyone, you want to talk to anyone? I guess, at some point, actually, are you going to do anything special, look for anyone to talk to between now and dinner?
I'm assuming we think that the cultists are part of this whole, the idea they understand it's going underneath the ground already. So there's no reason to tell them or even tell them we're suspicious. Oh, while we're at the thing, we're upstairs and we're whatever, I would, if the cultists are around or whatever, I would mention how, that rat problem downstairs. Oh, luckily enough, I don't think any of the stuff got dug into, and kind of like throw it out as general chatter.
To like Naren and Fedrilla?
Yeah, if they're around, they'd hear it, but I wouldn't be like, going, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, or whatever, trying to hint to them that, we knew there was actually something dirty going on.
Right.
It's just more of, if they heard in a rumor that we did see anything or we did do anything down there, they wouldn't be like, oh, okay, he's a, explain it.
So, Naren, along with Ardred, would be helping supervise stuff. Although for the most part, he does that the same way he kind of ran the caravan trip up, which is he just kind of stands or sits around. If he's sitting on his horse or standing, he really is like one of those supervisors who does nothing but watch. and only yells at people if they're doing something wrong. But Fedurla will walks around talking to people. And so if you tell her that, there's something, you tell her about the rats. She's like, really? Rats?
Yeah, they had a rat prom, but he brought in a eye patch guy, and they had to take care of it. And yeah, I don't use his name. I call him eye patch guy.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yes. And she kind of sidles close to you and whispers in your ear, "Did you find out how it's getting to the castle?"
I laugh and I'm like, I try to say something that basically I'm saying yes, but I'm starting another sentence. So it's like, oh yeah, that's such a great story. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just enough to answer a question, but go on to something else.
So she's like, at some point, perhaps maybe after dinner tonight, you could share the story with me, or tell me a related story. Naren and I are leaving in the morning. We must head back to Waterdeep.
I stand up and I do a little the whole flourish or whatever. I'd be like, oh, I would love to, my lady. And then, present it that way. I'm like, how about you meet me out in at whatever time.
Okay.
I'll tell time in this area.
So okay, you want out by the road or where? Like anywhere in particular?
Well, obviously we don't want to be necessarily in the building unless it's completely empty. Yeah, I think outside would probably be the best. Just looking at it inside, I'm just looking at, there's no really great to do it. Kids might be listening or whatever. And go into a room would not look good either.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So then later that night she meets with you. Since I'm getting the feeling that you this is the only thing you really want to accomplish.
Yeah. Yep.
And can I tag along?
Absolutely.
Okay.
As long as Jinx tells you about it, and
yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, I mean, I would be open to telling you about it, but if she showed any sign of rejection, I would, do the old
yep,
sock on the end of the branch.
And actually, so very specifically, before she parted with you, she would tell you, and certainly if any of your friends want to come along, that's great. In particular, it could be useful if Alamir was there.
Oh. I wink at her and give her a little nudge.
And she plays along.
Yeah.
Winks at you and walks away. All right. So you all go out for a walk, and she joins you. There is a decent amount of dry area around the roadhouse before it jumps down into really boggy, boggy swamp. So the sun is just is going down, so the light's fading, and you're looking out over the Mere of Dead Men, the twisted trees full of vines and thick vegetation, and a mist-shrouded surface of the cold saltwater swamp. The air is foul with rotting stenches. The water, standing water that you can see sitting, covering the vast majority of the surface of the ground as you look both west and north and south, is black and opaque.
You know, this place would be beautiful if it wasn't for the smell.
So, she says, well, as I said, we're leaving in the morrow, and on behalf of certain common acquaintances of ours, I wish you all the best of luck. And she's standing close to Alamir when she says this.
I don't know how
But she's looking at you, Jinx.
I would nod to her, and I would obviously, yes. And I'm assuming I told her everything I need to tell her.
You told her what?
Well, she was actually for the how they're getting it there.
And you tell her?
I would say that they have a passage, and I don't allude to the fact that I know it's lizardmen or nothing. But I do tell her that I know that they are moving the material, and I'm pretty sure 99.9% positive basically that Bog is part of it.
Oh, most certainly.
Yeah.
He is. He is definitely part of the organization, as is Ardred.
Yeah.
Naren has not told me details, but that makes sense. So they're taking it quietly through tunnels, but
About 40 miles.
Yes, but that is a rough 40 miles to go through the swamp. I wonder who is someone awfully adept in travel through the swamp must be carrying it, or there must be some magical means of conveyance.
Well, those dragon kind typically have some abilities that we don't.
What dragon kind? There's some kind of half dragons, or because you said you hadn't told her about the lizard folk.
No. I was saying, well, aren't they part of the cult of the dragon?
Well, but there are very few of them. Like, you would need at least, I don't know, 3, 4, 6 or more. Like, you would need a good number of creatures to do, like I say, unless there is magical conveyance of some type.
I don't know all the details yet, but we're going to get those details at some point here. I still don't tell her about the lizardmen for sure.
Roll a deception. Like, you're telling mostly truth, but you are holding something back.
Jeez, I roll bad.
Oh.
Yeah, bad for you maybe. Fidurla. I don't have. Oh, you know what? I know I don't have, because I have it here. Cultus. This is her. She has a good deception, but she's not as good about. Nope. Okay. Well, that is too bad. I'm just very curious. I will find out at some point.
Me too.
I'm sure.
I go, me too.
Yeah. And she looks over. Yes.
Before she says anything, do you have anything that we could, like a band of tracking or something?
A band of tracking? What?
or like something that I could, I don't know, like a scroll of scrying or something that we could use to maybe like locate something. Because if we could locate an object or know where it was going, we could probably track it magically, couldn't we?
Ah. Well, she looks over at Alamir and she says, normally that would be the province of wizards.
He hasn't studied that portal magic.
Yeah. Perhaps that is something that could be learned at a given time. Actually, I hadn't even thought of it. We're looking at current spells. Did you look at his spell book?
I don't know if I can even look at a spell book.
Yeah, I don't think you can. Let me just take a quick look.
I can see what he has memorized, and I see the rest of these are as rituals. The rituals obviously are not memorized, I don't think.
So, well, he could make someone become very physically beautiful. Alonia's glamour. Let's see. No, nothing there.
I just know you can cast Fireball.
And he took some of the cool stuff. That's nice. Nope, he doesn't. He doesn't have anything. Cool. And I think that the good stuff is actually next level anyway. It's the like level 4, but well,
okay.
No, and unfortunately, I do not have any means of that.
We will find a way to track the rest of it down, I think.
The more important thing is to be able to avoid it yourself. And she looks meaningfully at Alamir's chest where he wears the amulet. She says that it is why I made sure to ask that Alamir be here. It makes it more difficult for certain creatures to listen in on our conversation. That would be troublesome to me and others of our acquaintances.
So out of game, or just on an aside, am I pretty sure this person going back to Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep, or they got to go through Baldur's Gate, right?
No, Waterdeep. So Waterdeep is where you just came from.
Okay. And Waterdeep, is that where Savra Bellavantra is, or was that Baldur's?
That was that was Waterdeep.
That was Waterdeep. Okay. Do I think everything that I know about this person, I could trust this person to deliver a written message to Savra, or do I not? I mean, what you know what I mean? Because is this person a part of the good side of things, and would they deliver a message to the head of the Order of the Gauntlet?
And would she be willing to put herself at risk for it?
Yeah, but this is my character, what my guy would know with politics and all that. And if the answer is no, I wouldn't hand her a note. If the answer is yes, I would take a chance.
So, all right. So, I would assume in all this time, do you have written down where she sits in terms of the scale of good and evil? Because in all this time, you definitely would have looked at her, I'm sure.
Yeah, I did not. I do not have it written down. I've been searching my notes. I didn't do that good a job. So.
Yep. No. And I actually don't remember you asking about her and Naren.
I thought Naren I did for sure.
Yeah. No, actually you did. You should have that. She would be like that light 5.
Okay. Sort of. Yeah. Okay. So not on the good side, but not. Yeah.
And she is an active. You also know her to be an active and willing member, high-ranking member of the Cult of the Dragon.
Never mind then. Yeah. Okay.
That being said, you spent what, total of 5, 6, 6, a full month and a half in her company.
Yep.
And actually, wait a minute. Month and a half. And she has helped, been honest and forthright and open in all the dealings that you've had with her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fairly confident that no one here has had any can say anything otherwise.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right.
yeah. So it comes down to how, is your message important enough for you to take the chance of having her be the messenger or to deliver it?
Yeah. And the answer is no. So
Okay.
I'm not going to pass the note. So.
All right. Well, I guess this is where we're going to say goodbye then. I must say, I do hope and do expect to see you all again. Not sure when or where, but I expect that this is only a temporary goodbye. And we shall meet again.
Indeed.
It has been a pleasure.
Safe travels.
And you as well. All right. And she goes back in. And that evening, do you do anything special when you go to bed?
Go to bed early.
Go to bed early.
If we're going on the road, let's get a good night's sleep. At least that's my viewpoint. Unless Jinx wants to go, pub crawling.
No. No, I was just trying to think if there's any way I could give that guy a better night's sleep. But there really isn't. I mean, I can put him to sleep, but that only lasts an hour, and that doesn't really... Whatever.
How did that get there?
Silence would be good.
Yeah, but it lasts only a limited time. If you could do it permanently, like you just put it out there and just be done, you could just perfectly go to sleep and just be like... And he'd wake up because it's too quiet.
All right, so we're going to make sure the horses are good to go the night before, as far as feed them and make sure they're brushed down and get ready to go. Although the question I would have is, do we really want horses in a swamp, or do we want to just walk it?
So I will tell you right off the bat, horses will not make it in the swamp. So for flightless creatures, travel in the mirror is slow and dangerous. Its dark waters are deep enough to permit like a flat-bottomed skiff to pass, but many small islands rise from the swamp tangled with strange vegetation. The overgrown bones of long-fallen creatures lie everywhere. Quicksand is rare, but definitely an occurrence. But mud is all too common. Mud that just sucks you right in, drags you down. Horses have a really tough time.
Okay.
Thick growth.
Picturing.
Yeah.
What about unicorns? Because I got unicorns.
I don't think unicorns have any special
unicorns that. Yeah. All right. So I will dismiss my fine steed, and I think we ask Bog if he can take care of the horses for a while.
Okay. Yep.
And then are we going to the stash, or are we going to go to the castle? Wasn't there a stash we were to go to here first?
Yeah, stash first so that we can get items.
So here's what you learn now. When you ask that question, This would have happened, the night before as everyone's preparing to go to sleep.
Yep.
Luna says, "Well, I think that the area where the stash is also where I need to go."
Okay.
Where?
So 2 birds.
Yeah. So what I was told by my contacts in Waterdeep is that about a month ago, the mirror began to expand far more rapid, like it had years past when it overtook the city of Leylon and overran the original high road. The Castle Neritar used to actually be on dry land and is now completely engulfed in the swamp. And that had kind of stopped at some point, but now it's begun growing again. And communing with the nature and reaching out into this area, druids have been members of my order have been able to feel and learn of some great evil power that is causing it. And I was asked since I was coming this way if I could check it out and see what it is.
Okay. So does he have any idea where this is or any mark on the map as far as what we're aiming for? I mean, do we know?
He was just told in the center, and
Okay.
and like that center, so center of the mirror going one side to the other is about here, going the other direction is about there. So somewhere in that area south of Castle Neritar would be the general area. And it seems to, from the map you have, from Obslin and from this story, seems to be about the same area for both.
Okay.
All right. So the next morning you wake up and begin your travels into the Mirror of Dead Men on foot. And that's where we're going to take up next week. And we have the morning speech. Would you like to read it, Smok?
Merciful and righteous Bahamut, bless this team and wrap each in extra health to defend the weak and stand for justice in the name of Bahamut. May Bahamut's life force imbue these good people. We protect the weak and downtrodden. We bring evil to justice. Bahamut grants you great health for today. Add 8 hit points.
Excellent. And with that, extra protection, extra health heading out into the mirror, we're going to end episode 31. So thank you for playing, gentlemen. Thanks to everyone out there who's been watching and listening to our adventures. And until next time, may your life be filled with peace, joy, and love. Thank you.
Laters.